Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Daisy, and for today I have something real special for you guys. It's gonna be our first makeup video. So for today I am doing this look right here. It's gonna be a hot pink eyeshadow look with a nude lip that looks very much like brown, but it's okay because you know what, this morning your girl woke up looking like a whole potato and a half straight out the ground, and we got to this. So if you like this makeup look, just stay in tune and keep watching, okay? Okay, so for right now, my skin's already gone through the whole morning skin routine. My last base that I put on was my moisturizer, so we are gonna go in with our primer. I am using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and if I am looking over here, it's because I do have my mirror set up. So we have that. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Studio Skin, the 15-hour wear hydrating foundation. So I am in the shade 2.3. So we're just going to give that a little bit of shake. And then for my foundation, I do have a lot of different brushes, but my favorite brush, I do use a flat top kabuki brush, and this one's actually from Sigma. This is the Sigma Flat Kabuki in F80. I'm going to put some on my finger. And then I'm gonna just put it around my face. I do usually do 2 pumps depending on the build, maybe 2.5 and even 3. 3 does sound like a little bit too much, but I will show you why I do 3 sometimes. Now we're just gonna start patting it into our skin. We're gonna start doing our little swirls. So we're gonna drag it down the neck a little bit, also doing our circles, right? So that way it blends in nice. So the thing I like about this foundation, it is light, so it doesn't feel like you have too much on, but just to have an extra airbrush finish, I do like going in with a beauty blender. Some people like doing their ears, but I don't really show my ears, and for me it's kind of weird, so I don't put any type of foundation on my ears. So yeah, this is what our foundation looks like as of right now. With that said, we're actually gonna go in with our concealer. We're gonna be using the Born This Way. This is the multi-use sculpting concealer. This is actually really nice if you buy it in your foundation shade too, because you could just pop this in your bag and use it as a touch-up throughout the day. But I do have this shade in vanilla, so we're gonna go down, over, and like, see that triangle? And with the other end of your beauty blender, you're gonna want to pat that in. And this is right now just for under your eyes. Just gonna pat onto your skin and bring it upward. We're gonna do the same thing with this eye. So once all of that is blended, we could all go in once again. This one I do like making a little, like a sad face, and just bringing it down a little bit down the bridge of your nose. Oh, and since we are here already, we could put some right above the cupid's bow and down by your chin, and like a little dab right around your mouth. So it's gonna be right like towards the corners, your cupid's bow, and right underneath. Since we do have some concealer here, we can connect it right back up. Alright, so it can blend in nicely. So when it comes to my forehead, I like to keep dabbing, but like in the way it's formed, into like a little sad face, and then towards down the nose. Alright, gonna smooth out the edges along our nose. Alright. So with that, from here, I personally like to start contouring my face. And I usually like using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. It does come with 6 different shades. So for this one, I do like to use a fluffy dome brush. So yeah, I'm gonna use the Sombre and the Shadow Play. This is Sombre and this is Shadow Play. And then we're just gonna do a little buffing motion, really light. When it comes to contouring, a lot of people do like to use a little fishy face where they like suck in their cheeks with the and try to find like the little angle. But what I personally like to do is, like, if you smile, you see that contour, like where your cheeks fold in, that little part. I like to follow that line so it goes up, but not too up. Hopefully I can show you what I mean by that. So I'm gonna just use this the mirror that it comes with. We're just gonna go in very lightly, like if we're just using the very tip of the brush, not the whole brush. Very lightly start off, and we're gonna do like a little little circular motions, and then like we're going upwards to our cheeks, right? So if you want, you can smile for this. And I would suggest like starting off with a little bit and building it up, especially when it comes to contour, because you don't want your face to be too dark. So we're gonna keep doing that. So we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Okay, and we're not gonna make it too dark because you don't wanna have it too dark and make it stand out too much, because people are just gonna like do a double take and be like, what's on your face? You don't want that. So we're just gonna go in really lightly, right? And so we are done with the sides of our cheeks, right? And so we do want to contour our foreheads, and I usually do connect it between the two. The thing with this, this is really good, like if you personally think like your forehead is too big, or like you just want to make it have an illusion where your forehead is smaller. Ooh, I'm gonna put it on my eyebrow. So we're gonna just dab between the two, tap it off, because you don't want that extra color coming off. So what I usually do, I start from the middle very lightly. Again, we're gonna go a back and forth motion and then down the face. All right, and then connecting it right back to where our contour is. So we're just gonna blend the two together so it doesn't look too off, and then we're gonna keep doing that to our jawline. Alright, after we contour our face, we could use a small little dome brush like the one I have right here. For this, I do like to start towards the middle, like shade towards the top, come where your eyebrow meets, right underneath, like give it that really light shadow, and come right back down and like curving it over the ball of your nose. Okay, and it might look a little too dark for you. I don't know if my camera's picking it up well, but you can see the two lines, and it's okay, because since we're doing contouring, we are going to be able to fix it up with some setting powder. For my setting powder today, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Locket setting powder. I do like to dab some onto the cap, and then picking it up with my beauty blender. Push it into the powder so we have a good amount, and then we're just gonna push it to where we applied our concealer. I'd like to put a little bit along my nose. So we do have it on both sides as of right now. And if you feel like your contour is a little bit too messy or a little bit all over the place, you can draw a straight line coming down so it could clean up those harsh edges on the side. So we have that. It helps with a little bit of the messiness if we did mess up with our contour, and we're going to do the same thing right on the other side. Alright, so right now we do have under our eyes right over here by our jawline. And what I like to do next, by setting the face, we're going to use another fluffy brush. I use this one, is by Tarte. It was part of their unicorn collection, I do believe. They don't sell it anymore. We're just gonna tap it in to our setting powder, and you see how it picks up too much. We don't want too much, so we tap it right back into the lid, so we don't have that much, and we're gonna just pat it very lightly onto the rest of our face. We don't want to give it that white cast like where we are baking. So then we just want to set your liquid foundation or any liquid concealer that you have left right there. Set right underneath where we did put the little bit of foundation down our neck. Okay. Now you can also contour right down your nose. Like I said, I like pinching my beauty blender. So we go right down the nose. So while we let our face bake, I'm gonna go into eyeshadow. And for my eyeshadow, I am gonna be using the Too Faced Just Peachy Matte palette. And for primer, I am gonna go in with the Anastasia eye primer. This one's really good. I bought the big version, which I don't need, to be honest. The pigmentation in this is crazy. Like, you don't need too much. Like, on a Sonia Kashuk brush, this is the 110, I do believe. It is a little bit faded. I'm gonna take a flat top brush, and the little bit that I have on there is gonna go a long way. Okay, so we do have our primer on. And like I said, for today we're gonna use the Just Peachy palette. Right now we're gonna use the peach butter, this color right over here. The peach butter. I'm using a small dome brush by Sonia Kashuk again, and we're just gonna pat it into our whole eyelid. So for right now, we are just gonna use the shade right next to it. It's called Just Peachy, this pink one right over here. Use another one from Tarte. It's just your regular tapered eyeshadow brush, and we're gonna dip it in, and this is gonna go right into your inner crease. We're gonna go back and forth. So we're gonna blend it in our crease, but we're gonna bring it up a little bit towards our brow bone and towards our eyebrow, and towards the corner we're going to try to flick it outwards, but not too much. And with a little bit of the peach punch, it is a little darker, and it's going to be right next to it as well. We're going to use more of a flatter brush, and this actually has no brand. Okay. So this is just your regular flat top. There's a little bit of a dome at the end, but it's mostly flat. We're gonna pick it up, but we're gonna remove the excess off. Do it again, and then this is gonna go along our whole eyelid. Okay, so once we're done with that, we're gonna do the same thing right over here on the right. So once we're done with that, we're gonna go back with any blending brush. This one's by Sonia Kashuk. Once again, this is the 109 brush. Picking up with the same peach punch, the peach punch right here. We're gonna pick it up on the tip of our brush, and we're gonna go in towards our crease and start blending it in with that light pink that we first initially started with. really blend it outwards. If you do see harsh lines, just keep going in with your blender and keep going back and forth, and you want to blend it upwards, connecting it with the rest of that light pink that you originally started with. So from here, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette in the Sultry, and I'm just going to be using one color from her. It's going to be the Rose Quartz. It's going to be this one right over here. It's going to just add a little bit of shimmer. So for this one, I'm going to use a smudge brush because it's really flat and dense, and this one is by e.l.f. So this is the e.l.f. smudge, and we're going to put this right in the middle of our eyelids. So in the middle, and then moving in towards our inner corner. So we have that. So I did go ahead and do my wings off camera, and right now, since we did our eyeshadow and everything, we could go ahead and wipe off all of our baking setting powder. So with a flat dome brush, I like to use this one's actually by e.l.f. It doesn't have any number or name on it, but I like that it's wide enough and flat that I could just sweep off. And then I do this with the same thing. For when it comes to underneath, I like to use circular motions and blend to where we contoured, so it could also smooth it out a bit. And then go down as well. Now we're gonna move on to eyebrows. And for my eyebrows, I do like to use a pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I like to use the shade dark brown, and it looks just like that. Your spoolie. This one is by e.l.f. This is a lash and brow wand. I also have this e.l.f. brush. It's really small. Like, it's really small. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's just like really tiny. And then I have this this one's also by Sonia Kashuk. This is the 1/19 angled brow brush. So first, what I like to do is I like to brush out my brows. I do like to brush upwards and then to the side. And then from here, I like to start from the middle of my brow at the bottom and draw a line. To do the same exact thing right from the top as well, from the middle, and then connecting it. And then with all the product that you have right now, you're going to fill in the middle all the way to the end. And I haven't filled in anything from the front of my eyebrows, so what I like to do for this, I like to flip it over to where the bottom of the brush is like just a tip. And from the very beginning, I like to flick it upwards, like drawing a few lines and then going towards the inside of my brow. The same spoolie, you're gonna brush it upwards and to the side. Alright, so I went ahead and did my other eyebrow off camera. And to clean up my eyebrows, I am gonna be using the Maybelline concealer, and this one is in Sand Sable in the number 20. So I'm gonna be using the tiny little brush that I showed you guys. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of it, not too much, just like a little dollop of it, and I'm gonna be cleaning my brows from this. I like to use I like to do little points right underneath my eyebrow, and then later on blending it out. If you want to use your ring finger again to blend it into your skin, and the eyeshadow from right underneath. Since we did the bottom of our eyebrows, we're going to do the same thing to the top. is my favorite step. I love blush. I love it with a passion. And for this, I'm going to be using the Lily Lashes collaboration with Sephora collection. It's called What's Your Favorite Position? CEO with a whole bunch of zeros. I do believe this palette was called... I don't remember what it was called. I think it was like Gold Digger or something. I don't know, but I saw the blushes and I was in love. So this is what they have. It's 6 pans of blushes in the middle. You do have contour, highlights, and even highlighters. So you see that. And so yeah, this is actually really cute, and it is on sale on Sephora right now if they haven't sold out. And usually blush is applied to the apples of your cheeks, but I like usually going around over my nose and applying it the whole entire section of my face. I wanted to go back in with the shade Bloom from the Sultry palette and go right underneath our lash line. I'm be using a small flat top brush, thin, and it's gonna go right underneath our eyelashes. So as of right now, this is what we have. And since we just did our lower lashes, I am gonna add some mascara. I only use mascara at the bottom of my lashes as of right now. I don't really like using it on top because I do wear falsies and I don't like clumping my mascara with my falsies. Even though it's supposed to give you a smoother transition so they could blend better, for me it just doesn't work. So I just do mascara at the bottom of my lashes. And the mascara that I'm using today is the by It Cosmetics. They actually did a collab with Blowout, so that's why it looks like a little blowing out brush. So I'm gonna just add this to my lower lash. Today's falsies I'm gonna be using are Lily Lashes in Miami. Alright, so I went ahead and did my lashes off camera. Just finish it off with setting spray. I do have a bigger bottle, but it broke. The top of it broke, so I used this little one. So we're just gonna spritz all over. And we're gonna let that. I didn't do my lips yet. We're gonna use the Huda Beauty lip liner, lip contour, and HBIC. I'm gonna use this. Another Huda Beauty, and I'm using the lipstick, the matte lipstick in Board Meeting. It's this nice little sheer pinkish nude. I'm gonna fill in the rest of our lips. And I'm gonna go in with the Sephora collection lip gloss in the shade Paradise Pink number 15. Yeah. And for our highlighter today, we're going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Breezy. And I'm going to take setting powder. Not setting powder. Setting spray. And then we're just going to spritz on that again. And then we're going to go in. So this is the finished look. I hope I explained well and you took something out of this. I will have future videos going more in depth with like how to do eyebrows or how to do eyeliner, since I did do that one off camera, and just like different products and maybe a bit more. I just wanted to get this one more of a how I do it. Hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you want to see anything different, just let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this makeup look, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the little post notification so you can see my next video. I will be seeing you guys pretty soon. Okay, bye.